Hello children, welcome back to the social science class of 6th grade. Children, we have been discussing about the Africa, the central continent. In this video, we'll explain the mountains, river system of the Africa. The mountains of the Africa, this African continent doesn't have the many mountains. Small ranges are there in Africa. If you compare it to Europe and Asia, Africa is having few mountains. So small ranges will break the monotony of the flatness of the Africa. Monotony means the same. Flatness means the level area. Small ranges will break the level of the Africa. So mountains of the Africa we can be divided into the three parts: Atlas range, Drakensberg range, and Kilimanjaro range. Yes, Atlas ranges are there in complete northern part of the Africa. These Atlas ranges are there in Algeria, Morocco, and Tunisia. They are very close to the Europe, the continuation part of the Europe. These Atlas ranges are continued to the European continent. They are in complete northern part of the Africa. And the Drakensberg ranges are there in southeast coast of the Africa. Drakensberg ranges are there in southeast coast of the Africa, and Kilimanjaro ranges are there in eastern part of the Africa. So these are all mountains of the Africa. And first one, Atlas ranges. They are fold mountains like Himalaya. They are bent or fold mountains like Himalaya, and their continuation of the mountains to the southern Europe means the Atlas ranges continue to the southern part of the European continent. These ranges stretches across the Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, and the highest peak of this Atlas range is Mount Tobukal. Mount Tobukal is the highest range of the Atlas mountain. Mount Tobukal is there in Tunisia. And next, Drakensberg Mountain. They are found along with the southeastern coast. They are found along with the southeastern coast, and they are very close to edge of the plateau. They are very tilted edge of the plateau. Means they are very close to the edge of the African uh, plateau. And next, Kilimanjaro range. This Kilimanjaro range is the highest peak of the Africa, which has 5,895 meter above the sea level. This Kilimanjaro ranges are there in eastern part of the Africa, and they are very close to the equator peaks also. And this Kilimanjaro range is always covered with this Kilimanjaro range, the always covered with the snow. Why this Kilimanjaro range always covered with the snow? Because it's a great height. So it's because if it's a great height, and this Kilimanjaro range is located very close to equator. So apart from this Kilimanjaro, many ranges are there in Kilimanjaro mountain ranges: Aghar, Tebesti, Rwenzori, Cape Range, East African mountains, or other mountains ranges in Africa. This is about the mountains of the Africa. Next one, Isthmus Suez. What is the meaning of the Isthmus Suez? A narrow strip of the land which joins to the two landmass. The narrow strip means a small strip of the land which joins to the two landmass called isthmus. This isthmus is very important, which joins to the two big landmass like Asia and Africa. This isthmus which joins Asia and Africa. This isthmus which lays between Mediterranean Sea and Red Sea. This is the isthmus ways. This join two big landmass, Asia and Africa. This isthmus is located in between the Mediterranean Sea in the north, Red Sea in the south. So this is linking the continents Africa and Asia. It is located in Egypt. This isthmus is located in Egypt. This is the Biggest man-made canal linking the Mediterranean Sea and Red Sea. This is biggest man-made linking canal. It is not natural canal. It is man-made canal. It is. So what happened early years? If Europeans they wanted to come to South Asia, they were coming. They were coming through the African continent. So this is a shortcut route between Asia. This shortcut route connects between Asia and Europe, which is a shortcut route. This is Suez Canal. This is the world most busiest route. It is world most busiest route. So big ships are traveling throughout the this Suez Canal, and this Suez Canal connects Asia, Europe with Asia by the shortcut route. It is the shortcut route in between Asia and Europe. Next, water resource of the Africa. This Africa is having four mighty rivers. They are very important. The river system of the Africa have their its own peculiarities. Peculiarities means specialities. Most of the rivers cut into the gorges. Gorges means narrow land which is there in two big mountains. Narrow land which is there in two big mountains. The river flows in between the two between the two big mountains. Gorges, and some rivers are having the waterfalls. Some rivers are having rapids. Rapids means the place where river flows very fast. Rapids means the place where river flows very fast is called rapid. And many rivers are non-perennial river due to the seasonal variation in the rainfall. Non-perennial river means river flows throughout the year except summer season. Non-perennial river means the river flows throughout the year except summer season. This is called non-perennial river due to the seasonal variation. So some rivers are non-perennial river. This make river navigation is very difficult in a non-perennial river. So if there is no water, how can we run the boat in a non-perennial river? So few rivers are perennial river, inland rivers in Africa. This Africa is having four mighty rivers. Nile is there, Congo, the Niger, Zambezi, the Senegal, Orange, Limpopo, and other rivers are very important in Africa. So first one, the Nile River. The Nile is the longest river in this world according to the textbook, but longest river in this world is Amazon according to the Google. The Nile has a 6,650 kilometer length. The Nile is having the 6,650 kilometer length, which originates in Lake Victoria. Lake Victoria is a birthplace of river Nile. As a White Nile flows through the northward. White Nile flows through the northward, and they this river Nile, White Nile flows through the northward through the Sahara Desert. Sahara Desert, and this Nile River, White Nile River, empties to the Mediterranean Sea in the north. This is the northward river. This is the north. This river flows to the northward of the Africa. Next, this basin, the basin of the Nile is very fertile. Fertile basin of the Nile is very rich, good quality soil. This good quality soil is a very useful for the agriculture activity. So millions of the people who use the water for the irrigation, millions of the people, they will take the advantage of the Nile River. Fishermen, they are dependent on the river. Agriculturists, they are dependent on the river. Industrialists, they are dependent on the river. Many people, millions of the people are dependent on this Nile River. Its a major left bank tributary is Al Ghazal, and largest right bank tributaries Sobot, Blue Nile, and Atbara. These are all tributaries, means small river. Later on, these rivers join to the Nile River, especially White Nile, and the White Nile river empties, means join to the um, Mediterranean Sea. The Blue Nile rises in Lake Tana. Lake Tana, it is there in Ethiopia. It is there in Ethiopia. This is East African country, Ethiopia, and joins White Nile at Khartoum. joint white Niles at a Khartoum. The particular it is a particular place. Among the dams constructed across the river, many dams have been constructed across the Nile River, but the longest dam of the Nile River is Aswan Dam. This is Aswan Dam. Aswan Dam is the longest dam. It is there in Egypt. The Nile forms a famous word famous delta. Nile, this is the delta of the Nile River. So where Nile River joins to the Mediterranean Sea, where Nile River joins to the Mediterranean Sea, this Nile River breaks different parts. This part is called delta. This part is called delta. So this is about Nile River. So to next video I will continue with the remaining rivers of the Africa. Thank you.